Here we go. Look at those boys, stout and strong. Get ready to fight these bony boys, skinny men. Oh boy. Alright, let's go over what we got. Just a Rune Lord, Slowness, Wrath, Forge. The standard, I think at least standard. We're gonna go up against Tomb Kings, Quarrelers, Grudge Throwers, Slayers, Dwarf Warriors. A Master Engineer just to snipe that Lord I know he's got packing. Like all undead, their lords are the biggest problem. It's always a tough matchup. We got Archon the Black, of course, with the summons and all that nonsense. Purple Sun, interesting choice. Aspect of the Dread Knight, also interesting choice. I don't know why I went that. Carrion's already going in there. My Will Be Done, also very tough. This is gonna be a tough one, folks. I got some numbers on him, but he's got the largeness, and that's the biggest weakness. Then the Carrion's coming in. And what does my opponent do? He just keeps throwing in Carrions. Carrions. Just try to get on top of my shooting. Which is ideal until you realize I don't give a shit. My thing is, if he's bringing the Carrions to shut down my shooting, why does he have these things that have missile resistance? I don't know if that's optional or not. I don't play Tomb Kings. Ready taking some pock shots, either with the Grudge Thrower or my Master Engineer. And seeing as how the Carrions are about to top these Grudge Throwers, I just end up selling them anyways. Why? Well, if they're going to get shut down, might as well buy something else. And I know that's what his Carrions were after, because they stopped as soon as I unsummoned them. Already, we're on top of this objective, and we got Necrotechs. Ooh, here come the skulls. Here come the skulls, and most of them missed, as they should. Oh, I hate these catapults. Catapults. How annoying. I think he's got at least 3 or 4 of these Carrions ready, which he should. That doesn't leave me much to defend with, but does leave me plenty to play with in terms of front line. And since he's going to have lots of Carrions, that means all I have to do is focus on the ground, because he's got no capture weight. Shopti versus Dwarfs, no problem. Got 2 Quarrelers, they're kind of doing work against Carrions. Missing most of their shit. And here comes the sun, I catch it right in the... No! Nope, I missed it. I thought I caught it. Oh well. Oh. Yeah, he's on top of them. He's going to try to get on top of these... Yep, Slayers, which is the worst choice you could make. With 0 armor? 5 armor versus 48 weapon strength? No. No, that was bad choice. I guess he wants to slow down the Slayers, maybe tickle them a bit, but that's all he's gonna get. Should just leave it up to his artillery. I don't know, if I was my opponent, I actually would have kept the Ushabti, swapped out the Carrions for more backline shooting. Some bowmen, skilly bowmen. I think that would have been the way to go. Or maybe committed to some constructs to come deal with this, because, yeah, the Carrions are shutting down just about nothing. Or if anything, he could have recalled them. And here's the MVP, folks. The MVP of the game. That lone tree. Because it is protecting... That thing should have at least 800 value by now. From blocking all those Screaming Skull catapult shots. Jeez. Thank you, tree. Thank you. Tink. Oh, no. No! Oh, there you go. That was a good shot. Necrotechs are doing some insane damage. Summoning in some Skeletal Warriors that are probably going to drop as soon as they show up. And we're just all over him. Bringing in the Skyhammer. Not something I bring too often, honestly. Not the biggest fan. I brought in case he brought a nice long line of Skelly boys. And in case he brought artillery, which I knew he was going to bring. And here we go. Maybe it'll pay off. We'll see. We got 2 Shopti and some Carrions going down to those Iron Breakers. And good luck. Because those Iron Breakers are not going to... They're not gonna... They're gonna be there a while. 3 Ushabti and some Carrions. Yeah. 3 Ushabti, some Carrions versus 1 Stumpy boy. Who's gonna win? We'll see. We got Rangers backing up. Rangers probably should have went more Rangers than Quarrelers, honestly. I figured the Quarrelers would be able to handle the Carrions a lot easier. And they did. But maybe 1 or 2 more. Because I put 2 cannons in reserve. I think I could have dropped 1 of the cannons to, yeah, bring in another Ranger and something else. Maybe Miners, blasting charges. Who knows? I know I had like 50 to 150 left over. And I was on the clock. Yeah, 2 Shopti aren't going to cut it, Chief. Not with these Longbeards coming in. And that's what my opponent fears, because now... Oh, and plus a Ranger's shooting them in the back. And we're pretty even in value. I just have more objectives than my opponent, and I'm bombing the shit out of him. But to be fair, he's throwing skulls at me, so it's all even. Carrions are going to take care of my Skyhammer. As soon as I get my Skyhammer out, though, I think we should be fine. Gonna play a little chase around with that. And yeah, it's just... Whoa! Whoa! Necrotech shooting all the way back here. All the way into those Dwarf Warriors. Shopti. Ah. Another purple hammer. All my units on the second objective just weak. Weak. No! But he doesn't really have anything on the objective either. He's got no Shopti, no Skelly Men. Just artillery fire. Which is doing fine. Except that tree's still the greatest thing ever. These Dwarf Warriors are just handling me. And, just... I hate going up against Dwarf, but it feels good when you actually get them right. Look at these boys go. These proud dwarves. Getting bombarded. Taking shots like champs. Just the toughest thing. God, this makes me want to go play Baldur's Gate 3. Play another dwarf. If I were to do another dwarf build, what could I play? I already did a dwarf barbarian, which is essentially a slayer. I did a dwarf warlock, which is essentially Drazoth. Maybe I could do a dwarf fighter. I wouldn't mind a dwarf fighter. Dwarf fighter sounds like a lot of fun right now. I don't know, if I were to do a Rune Lord, what would a Rune Lord in D&D look like? Well, well, if they had the giant from the from 5e, that would make the most sense. But I guess maybe a Gish. Oh, I already played a Gish, so we'll see. Anyways, enough about Baldur's Gate 3. Back into this. Look, the Carrions are doing the dance with Skyhammer. Trying to dance, just teabagging my poor Skyhammer. They're gonna be teabagging them for a while until they crumble. And Archon the Black is on foot by himself. Engineer providing fire support. Just give him a little love tap from the Rune Lord. Dwarf Warriors trying to get into those backline catapults. And look! Ironbreakers won. Who would have guessed? Just throwing bodies that, with what I got and what I can onto the second objective. My opponent. Ooh. Here we go. Carrions as soon as they land. I knew he was going to do it. Kabah! Wrath. Right on top. Nice little Wrath. Not the best, but not too bad either. Should be throwing these warriors. Yep. Right on top of those Carrions. I need to actually move these ones up too, but that Necrotech's about to intercept. Well, no, even if they do intercept, it's still better than having them shoot at my other units. And still do the little dance, making a little love over there. Ironbreaker holding. This is a tough one, folks. And it's not often I get to play the dwarves and play them well. Last time I played dwarves, I got my ass kicked. Oh, man. Rightly so. I mean, playing dwarves is such a slog, such a grind. Makes me think of Nurgle. And thanks to all the Nurgle buffs, they're actually doing quite well. Surprised. Still gotta master Nurgle. I love playing to Nurgle, but you play against Nurgle and dwarves, it's pretty much the same thing. You just slog them. Just put them all the way back in their spawn. And the problem with Nurgle and dwarves, obviously, is the fact they don't have any burst damage. So you really have to hope they can outgrind your opponent. That right now is a problem because I have nothing to outgrind or burst damage through any of this nonsense. Now this got me thinking, if my opponent... There's no way I would know if my opponent's going Masu Shopti. As a matter of fact, last time my opponent went Masu Shopti, I went 3 Ironbreakers and he went Screaming Skulls and I still beat the shit out of him. That was on Arnheim though. If you guys want to go check out that video, that should be one of my top videos. Dwarves still whooping ass. And this is actually going a lot worse for me. There was a Necrotech, or whatever the hell these chariots are. Necrotechs. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called, Necrotechs. Things I've been launching 5 pillars of pure light and shit all over my dwarves. Gonna move these Iron Breakers up, trying to get them on the point. Necrotechs. Yeah, those are Necrotechs. Well, we're gonna go say hi to those Necrotechs. Skyhammer providing fire support, trying to get Archon the Black. Dead. Probably should recall the Skyhammer so I can actually use the bombardment again. Or just throw it on top of those Screaming Skulls. Instead of just wasting it on the Ushabti, because I'm not getting any good value out of that. Need a mass retreat because my opponent's got my Rune Lord surrounded. Oh, yep. Longbeards, everything's taking all sorts of damage. And even with all this artillery fire, my boys are still charging. Still large. Well, not large. Sorry. Sorry, dwarves. You're not large and in charge, but you are large in my heart. God, those Iron Breakers. Just one Iron Breakers can hold back so many units. It's mind-boggling. And they don't even have armor piercing. It's insane. Oh, they're so good. I love them. Yeah. It actually makes me want to try out Tomb Kings. I think Tomb Kings is more up my alley than Vampire Counts. I've been playing Vampire Counts, and man, it's just been nothing but disappointment. They have their matchups, but if you don't have their matchups, it's pretty much down the drain. And even if you do have a matchup, it's still, ugh. They need rework for sure. I really, really want to like Vampire Counts, I do, but their units just can't stand alone. They just can't. They're not good. The leadership, their stats, everything's just too low for what they do. I mean, all of them give off fear, but yeah, they just don't have the staying power. Too much of it relies on a Mortis engine, which sucks. Whereas something like Tomb Kings here, you can play all sorts of styles. Still have a good time. Which is a shame, though. I don't give them a chance. I might one of these days. I just don't like shooting factions. I want to play Vampire. I want to play the Undead like a giant swarm. Like Vampire Counts want to, but I want them to actually have some meaning. Kind of like Greenskins. I want Vampire Counts to play more like Greenskins. Basically, I want Undead Greenskins is what I'm saying. Man, these Iron Breakers are tough, even with minus 20. Jeez. Both on weapon attack and melee defense. Jeez. Or melee attack and melee defense. Bringing some cannons, trying to shoot up the... Sorry, folks. Trying to unload these cannon fire onto those silly Ushabti in the back over there. Probably shouldn't have summoned both of them on top of each other, but seeing as how they're still carrions, I don't know if it's a good idea to have those cannons ready, but Archon the Black's looking bad. He's crumbling. We're gonna get him. And once he's gone, well, I think you all know what's gonna happen here. No more bullshit. Carrions are crumbling. Everything's starting to crumble. We're having a good time. Go, dwarfs! It's just a slaughter for these poor dwarfs. But we're having a good time. This is a rough match. Still, my opponent's gonna get my back objective. Finally crumble these artillery pieces, and where my opponent spawn now. We got plenty of units to harass him. But we're gonna lose the second objective if we keep moving off this. If we keep moving off it. But no! No, they just they're like pillows, they just get tossed. Poor Slayers. Well, these horsemen are gone. I think the Slayers and the Rune Lord are gonna be plenty to deal with that. But these are sacrificial horsemen, so we'll see. Now, when he started healing these horsemen, I sent all my units to run away, because I thought this was like an explosive spell. So in short, I'm a dumbass, because we actually could have killed those horsemen and moved up into his Ushabti bowmen, and actually killed them. But like I said, I'm an idiot. I did not know what that was. Yep. So yeah, I sold the cannons, because my backline was about to get swamped, and I traded in those 2 cannons for a bunch of dwarf warriors. 3 of which have shields, and 1 on the other side. Yep. Iron Breakers are broken. With great weapons. He's sending those Nekar horsemen. It looks like I'm going to get tripled soon. He's going to send everything he can onto the second and my home objective. But little does he know, we also got a little bit of tricksiness going on. Dwarves with tricks? Who would have thought? Man, I can't wait for the dwarf DLC. I know I'm jumping from tangent to tangent. Sorry. But the dwarf GLC, I was thinking about this while I was going to get a cup of water. I was like, dwarfs. Tasty. And I was like, huh, you know what they need? They need miniguns. I want dwarf miniguns. Dwarf miniguns would be sick right now. Kind of like Skaven miniguns. Oh, man. Oh, that'd be so dope. They'd have to be really slow, but man. Oh, I can't wait for them. I know for a fact they're going to be in there. At least I hope. Oh, it's not looking good. We are up 3,000 value, but we are down objectives. I'm trying to cap my opponent's home objective right now. He's going to send in those carrions, which aren't going to be enough. Those miners are tough. Ironbreakers in the back, coming in. Yeah, it's too late. We're going to recapture this. The horsemen don't have enough capture weight, and we got plenty of bodies to hold out. And keep sending in carrions. Carrions, I think, were pretty solid in this match. But I think he should have dropped 1 or 2 to bring in some more infantry, some more meat. Because doing nothing but Ushabti was great for devaluing a lot of my units, but in the end, it looks like it didn't pay off. It's domination, baby. You gotta have the weight. And these stumpy boys have all the weight. Okay, we're gonna fast forward. This is pretty much it. Thank you for sticking around, folks. GG opponent, G fucking G. Alright. Let's go to that value. I don't expect much out of my grudge thrower since I sold him. Rune Lord did alright. Didn't pay for himself, but he did alright. He did more defense. Slayers, Kings. Oh, yeah. Probably could have just traded... yeah, traded out 1 grudge thrower for another Slayer. I did bring another one in reserve, but I don't know. Skyhammer was kind of meh. Could have traded in the Skyhammer for another Slayer, maybe a Ranger. That would have been way more ideal, I think. Yeah, well, that was a tough one, folks. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, sub. I would say follow me on Twitter, but after all the news and nonsense going on there and the fact that you're going to have to pay it soon, yeah. Don't follow me on Twitter. I don't know if I'm going to have one anytime soon. But I do hope you guys enjoyed. With all that said, you have a good one, peace, and goodbye for now.